The question is not, can you trust God? The question is, can God trust you? Back in December, I was on a client call with a young guy. He was like 16, 17 years old. If you don't know, I've been doing social media since I was 16. I've been posting on TikTok since 2020. But as we were sitting on this call, we were talking about how he was struggling with lust a lot. And it was interesting because after we spent most of the call talking about that, it then transitioned into, where does he meet high quality women? Where can he find the godly women, the type of women that you really want to marry? And I thought that was an interesting question, but here's the problem. For you to step into a relationship with a godly woman, that would require a level of trust on God's part. Why would God trust you with his daughter if he can't trust you with your own hand? That was basically my point that I made to him. And I wasn't trying to like disrespect him or like downplay him in some like negative type of way, but that's the truth. Please don't mistake what I'm about to say. You are saved by grace through faith, but do not overlook the works part. Do not overlook the obedience and how much that actually matters. There's a verse in the Bible, it's from Jesus directly. I don't know exactly where it is, but he says something along the lines of, they claim me with like, they speak my name, they claim me with their mouth, but their hearts are far from me. Meaning they claim Jesus, they rep him, they claim to be Christian, but their actions, their lifestyle is far from him. And here's the crazy part, no matter how you're trying to improve your life on Christ-focused self-improvement, on your journey with God, whatever it is, all of it is tied to obedience and God's ability to trust you. God's ability to trust you is the foundation to your obedience. It comes from your submission to Christ. It's only through your obedience and submission that God can reveal his purpose for you. It's only through obedience and submission that God can reveal the things that he has for your life. It's the only way he can reveal the spiritual growth that you need. It's the only way he can deliver revelation to you. It's the only way you can learn to speak in tongues and have the Holy Spirit pray for you. And I think even outside the spiritual lens of this, even when we go on to the more self-improvement side of Christ-focused self-improvement, this still applies. If you want God to be able to trust you, you need to be able to trust yourself. What do I mean by that? I think in part, God trusting us comes from the ability to trust ourselves. Even the root word in confidence, right? To have confidence, the root word in that is confide. Confide means the ability to trust. In order to have self-confidence, you have to be able to trust in yourself. Well, how do we do that? Well, first of all, if we're going to claim to be Christian, we need to actually be obedient to the word. We need to be a representation of Christ. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect and never sin again. But that does mean your lifestyle and the fruits of your life should constantly be trying to emulate Christ and being a Christian. But it goes even onto the self-improvement side of that. You said you were going to approach that woman and you didn't. You said you were going to hit the gym today and you didn't. You said you were going to get on that diet so you could lose those 10 pounds and you didn't. You said you were going to go on NoFap and you didn't. You said you were going to get up early this morning and you didn't. You said you were done scrolling, that you were going to do a dopamine detox and you were done scrolling on social media and you didn't. And then you sit and wonder why you don't have any confidence. You sit around and wonder why the men around you don't really respect you. You think about why, or you wonder why the women around you don't really give you attention or they don't respect you. It's the same thing. It all starts internally. Your ability to confide, your ability to trust in yourself. And see, if you understand that Genesis 1:2-6 says that we are made in God's image, and just like God is a Trinity, Father, Son, Spirit, we are also kind of a Trinity in a sense, right? We're spirit, soul, body. And also the reason that all of us are made in God's image, but we're all completely unique, is because we're each given a different aspect of God's creativity so that we could fulfill a different purpose. And once you understand that, once you accept that, you can embrace the fact that you need to base who you are off whose you are, which then means that you can start to follow the word and be obedient to the word and be a doer of the word. And then you begin to confide in the fact that you are a Christian. You build trust in yourself. Your confidence builds from you being obedient to the word, you being a doer of the word, you submitting yourself to Christ and getting on self-improvement and building yourself and building your life or building that business, whatever it is. And that in turn will then build almost the discipline for you to then step into that trustworthy relationship. So then God can begin to bless you in different ways. God can bless you in more ways. And even in the situation of that young man that I talked about in the very beginning on that client call, it's through that submission to Christ, through that ability to trust, that ultimately you're gonna get the type of woman that you want. That's when God's going to be able to trust you. So maybe to wrap up this video in a little bit more of a positive light, let's give you like the vision, the map in order for you to start improving this. Let's just analyze your life right now. What are you struggling with the most? Is it fitness? Is it diet? Is it lust? Is it some other spiritual type of thing? Is it the fact that you said you were going to start a business or you're going to start posting on social media and you still haven't? Analyze which pieces of your life that it is and begin to incorporate the ability to confide in yourself in that. And what you'll quickly learn is it's ultimately going to be better when you submit to Christ. Every area of your life will be better and it will be easier. Not that your life won't be difficult sometimes, don't mistake that, but it will be easier for you to get through it, persevere through it, and grow when you are being obedient to Christ. Christ-focused self-improvement is what I teach. I have a free community for young Christians. If you are on Christ-focused self-improvement, you're gonna want to join us. We have over 3,000 members. There's a free guide on how to quit pornography inside. I have free Bible studies in there. I'm trying to upload on YouTube every single day, so subscribe for more, like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.